Good day to all our viewers. We are the representative from SMK Tun Abdul Razak, Sarawak, a state which located in Malaysia.
Hello everyone, today I would like to tell you about what every school are having issue with. So, did you know that school produce a lot of paper waste in massive amount? So that's why, whenever paper is collected, it should be recycled. So every school must recycle paper. They have to sort it out first because white paper sometimes is basically more expensive when compared to red paper. So that's why at the end of the month, teachers must transport this paper to the recycling center. However, there is another problem. Teachers are not heavy weightlifter, so obviously they cannot carry those paper because it's so heavy.
By building a smart bin that is called Ecosort bin that can sort paper by color automatically, we can overcome this issue of having unorganized recycled paper. We also add tires and handles to make it easy for the people to transport their heavy bin to the recycle center.
Recycled. Want to go with me? Oh, you too?
So, now you might be wondering, what are the meanings of our product name that is called Ecosort bin? Eco represents eco-friendly practices, and sort highlights the smart sorting mechanism, while Pro signifies professional efficiency.
We had listed down the material used in developing this innovation. There were 6 materials, which is breadboard, Arduino Uno, jumper wire, polyplus board, TCS 3200 color sensor, ultrasonic distance sensor, and SG90 micro servo motor.
Let's see how our innovation will work. First of all, we will use
White paper and colored paper, but we will use yellow instead. We will use these 2 samples to our innovation prototype. When a piece of paper is placed in front of the color sensor, the lid of the white box will lift up. Meanwhile, if a yellow paper is placed in front of the color sensor, the lid of the red box will lift up instead. This is because of the color sensor that detects RGB value of the paper and the servo motor, the box lid was able to lift up. This is because when an object with light containing RGB components, the color of the reflected light will depending on the color of the object. For example, if the color of the paper is yellow, then the red box lid for colored will lift up. RGB 255, 255, 255 represent white, RGB 25500 represent color. High RGB value typically indicates white, and low is for color.
Prototype has a lot of potential application to people. Firstly, it will help people carry burden, for example, like a stack of paper. Secondly, it will help people to spread awareness about recycling paper, or also the product of our prototype.
When we finish our product, we will overcome a few challenges such as false detection.
Color sensor will detect color within long distance and the servo motor is not strong enough to lift the lid. So, in order to overcome this challenge, we plan to improve our prototype by adding ultrasonic sensor so that it will only make the color sensor to detect the presence of paper within 5 cm. We will also increase the length of the servo horn and add 5V battery to make the servo motor strong enough to lift the lid of the bin. Of course, more importantly, we would like to exchange our innovation with a few mechanisms so that the smart bin can sort the paper more quick and automatic. Just like we put a bunch of pink paper on the top of the bin, and the mechanism will sort it automatically. Not only will save manpower, but also our energy.
Even though there is a lot of challenge and limitations that our prototype faces, it can still be upgraded for future needs.
The end. Thank you.